if you stick the paper in and it pinches. Now it's just too sharp. There. We get it pinched in there and it can't come out. What you want to do, rather than grabbing the reel and trying to shove on it, because when you do, it'll break loose and then it comes flips around and it hits your fingernail and it hurts your fingernail. Grab the thing with your, I usually grab it like this, because if it does slip, whatever you do, you don't get your fingernail. If you cut your hand, it hurts. You pinch your fingernail, it's like 4 months of pain. So you try to keep your fingernails away from it. And so I usually grab it, both sides of the blade, and grab the paper and then I shove it down. If you just can't, take a hammer handle or something and use a piece of wood. Just don't get yourself pinched. Believe me, you don't want to do that. So grab it and then move it. And so it pinched in, push it back down, and try it again. That's what you want to do. If the piece of paper gets wet, let's say you just backlapped it. Well, it's wet. You wash the backlap off, and now I'm setting it. If it's wet, the paper gets wet, it's not going to cut the paper. So you want to be careful with that. Make sure it's dry. Take some air and blow it dry, and then check it. And it should cut. And the idea is to actually go as slow as possible. Down here, see how we're going. So actually, this thing has, you're actually tight down here, and you're loose down here. So our parallelism is a little bit off. So in this case, as I get here and I notice that, now I need to go back and redo that. The next group's going to come, so we'll let it go. You kind of got the idea. But I want to make sure that it's even. If it doesn't cut evenly all the way across, otherwise what's going to happen is this is tighter. When I go out and start mowing grass, the reel will wear faster down here, and that creates cone shape. So parallelism is really important because every adjustment after that will maintain that shape, and it'll wear that cone shape in, and then it will maintain the cone shape. So that's important. And then you'll just simply set it. This thing has deflectors in the shielding in the back. If I want to discharge out the back, I'll leave them up. If I want to discharge out the front, I'll put them down. And depending on the type of condition, if you got really dry grass and you want to chop the grass up, then you would shove them down. And by setting them down, the grass hits the shield, carries over, spits it back out the front, and then you remow it. You remow it. You remow it. You're cutting, and it's been a while since you've cut. Got a lot of grass. It's pretty heavy. Your thick, tall stuff. If you remowed it all the time, it'd plug it up. And so in that case, you would go ahead and open the shield up. So it kind of depends on the conditions, what you're trying to actually achieve, your end result. And so this is going to be important there. What you don't want to do is have 1 or 2 down and 1 or 2 up. That's kind of a bad thing. So you're going to be chopping some grass and not the other. It's going to make your quality of cut look funny. So pay attention to that.